Well, a very good morning on the 19th day of November 2023. I'm not familiar with this one here, but this is Tibbermore Kirk. I think it was originally called St Mary's, and 17th century kirk. Quite an extensive graveyard as well. And this is on the low road to Perthshire. And if you continue that way, you'll get down to the A9. But it's telling me this kirk's open, but I don't think it could be open at this time of day. Ah, it is. So that's good. So we shall have a little wander in and see what's what. I'll sign the register on the way out, Annie. Oh, look. Oh, good morning. I'm alright to fill on, yeah? Thank you. And so I hope the light's okay for this camera. What a wonderful kirk. Look at the extent of the pews up to the back there. Isn't that fantastic? And obviously we have the pulpit here, and fantastic stained glass windows, which is quite a tradition of the kirks to have that these ornamental displays, but not to show off about their wealth. I mean, the kirk is certainly or at least was a wealthy body, the biggest landowner in Scotland at one point after the old Forestry Commission. Well, I say the old Forest Commission, it was set up in, was it 1919 or something? Look at these old stairs, Annie. I wonder if we can pop up here. I don't know if I'm allowed, but I'll go up anyway. Yes. Hey, look, there's number 38. Probably not. So these are, what a fantastic design for a kirk. We've got this upper level too. I mean, for architectural sake, this is wonderful. We've got a whole load of pews down here. We've got this stack here, all sit and listen to the minister. And I don't know where the organist would have sat, but perhaps that's it down there, I don't know. But obviously there's a little bit of decay. And this is the problem with the kirks. There's not enough money. Well, in point of fact, there was enough money. But if you've got a charitable nature, and you kept on taking money out of your bank account and handing it to people in the street because you felt sorry for them, well, soon you will be skint. And that's exactly what's happened to the Church of Scotland, I'm afraid. Well, they're not entirely skint, but they're lacking funds, and hence they've decided to close 700 kirks altogether. And it is really quite a tragedy that so many churches would now find themselves with closed doors, not because the parishioners hadn't bequeathed money, for example, or gave generously every Sunday into the collection plate, but the monies were taken to the central church or the central presbytery, and then instead of putting back into the church buildings and stuff like that, they were giving them away to people in other parts of the world, or indeed other parts of the country, who were probably atheists, and just thought they would go down to the kirk and get a freebie. The church will always help them. Well, sadly these days are over now because the church can't help them, and hence we've had to switch our whole the assistance now comes from other charitable sources like food banks. And I don't want to say this, but I totally, well, let's keep that aside for a moment. Fantastic views here. Fantastic. What an old church this one is, eh? It is a bit chilly, so hence why there's so much decay on the plaster. Impossible to keep these churches heating. Even Amilree Kirk, I'll be going there this afternoon, of course, because it's a service today. But even with Amilree, it's difficult to, you know, this is the organ. How lovely. What a wonderful piece of equipment. And great wooden steps for the minister. Yes, Amilree. So when you go into Amilree Kirk, of course, it's chilly, but they do put the heating on for the services, which makes it quite comfortable to be sitting. But I always find that I can't sing to my greatest psalm because the heating seems to affect my throat. Not the wine gums, I don't eat wine gums in the kirk, but the dryness of the air tends to make me more of a baritone rather than soprano. That's my problem. But there's these silly things, these plastic things again, Andy. Spoiling the kirk. I think Overland, not what do they call it? I've never watched the damn thing. Overlander or something. I think they had a little bit of a thing here, doing some filming. I think it was here at least. Maybe we're all. We'll go over here and get a elevated shots back the way of the kirk of Tibbermore. Here's another fantastic gate in the kirkyard, and I don't know, the designers must have thought to themselves, let's position a very fine wrought iron gate, and the parishioners might say, or the people erecting it might say, and where will it lead? It won't go anywhere actually. It will just take you to the burn or into the nettles. And say, well, do you think we should put the gate at somewhere more purposeful? No. We want to do what Merity did back in the mid-17th century. They put a gate in and it led nowhere, so let's do the same. Alright, we'll do that. Plastic. A terrible commodity. Well, as you tell the Just Stop Oil protesters that they seem to think that they stop producing oil and processing oil, crude oil. That's, I can't stand these people. Every time I see them in any clips, they all look like they come from another planet. They don't look like they're normal. I don't think you can be if you stand in front of an Arctic lorry 3 inches away from you, which is moving. For something that will never be stopped. I mean, the Koch family of the United States, I mean, they're not going to give up refining oil or searching for new oil reserves, are they? Because a couple of people with an orange shirt on say, just stop it. But here we go, have a little around here. It's well designed, this kirk. There's been a lot of thought into it, apart from the gate obviously. Here's another gate, Annie. I like this. This is the sort of place I could just stay. I mean, I'd be quite happy just staying in there. So here's a gate. Another gate goes nowhere. Yeah. Perhaps, Annie. No, it doesn't go anywhere. Maybe the parishioners came this way in mass, and all popped through here. I don't think that would be there's an easier way in, Andy. It's just another gate that goes nowhere. I have to respect those people lying below the surface here. And I always do anyway. I don't think I'd know anybody out here at Tibbermore. Let's have a quick check. Who's this? John Merson. This was more taught. John, who died at Norwich, Ontario, 15th of February 1899, aged 47 years. His daughter Lilias, Todd, who died at Toronto, Canada, on the 5th of October 1916. And God bless them. I wonder if they were forced to go to Canada because of the religious wars in the period of the 1670s and 1680s, or maybe they were shipped off as slaves for having the wrong faith. Or perhaps they fell victim to the Highland clearances and moved overseas. So many of them went to Canada, you see. The Reverend Charles Eddy. See, I don't know them. These people are unfamiliar to me. I don't even think we've got anyone from Bertha buried here. I don't think people in Bertha could afford burials. That's where they built the bloody crematorium. So they just put them on the pyre. I think the Hindus that they just build a big bonfire and stick the body on top. And yeah, I think that's what they do. I'm sure it's the Hindus, or is it the Sikhs? I'm not sure. I'm not very good with my Asian religions. You have to forgive me for that. But I know there's certain Buddhist countries, like most of Southeast Asia, into Buddhism, and India's divided between the Sikhs and the Hindus, of course, and the Muslims, of course. I mean, was it General? No, it was Lord Mountbatten. Bit of a. The Brits have always got their nose in everything, you see. But it was Lord Mountbatten, Queen's cousin, who decided that they're going to annex India and keep the Hindus and Sikhs on one side and send the Muslims to the other. And that's exactly what they did in 1947. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands actually, in fact I think it was actually millions, died in the terrible times, and people were displaced. And families completely split up just because they decided to draw a line. And this is when West Pakistan was. You seem to have a difficulty with East and West at the moment, Andy. Maybe you need a compass. But yes, this is when West Pakistan was born, and it became a very strict Muslim country. Although, in saying so, the likes of Karachi and stuff were well favoured for almost the Saint-Tropez of that part of the world at one point. It was visited by many Westerners, and it was a vibrant city. Well, it was British, and lots of Brits stayed there, Karachi. Very Western type place. But and my grandfather, he was stationed up in Lahore and Peshawar and up to the Khyber Pass and stuff with the British Army. But the period up was in the 1920s. But the period I'm talking about is the late 40s. And of course, East Pakistan then became Bangladesh. So you had this big chunk of India in the middle, with West Pakistan there and East Pakistan on the other side. And they were both mainly Muslim countries. Excuse me. who are Christians and other dominations of that live in these parts, but the whole thing's changed. I would have liked to have visited Pakistan, Islamabad or the likes, but I don't think I'll bother now. I don't think I'll bother. But what we will do, I think we're going to have a chat with the young lady and see if she's got any information which might be of interest that I can maybe add on to this. So let's see if she's available. And I'll tell her I'll cut the camera. Hello there. Hello. No, dear, she's not here. She was here a little while ago. Well, she's probably saw me and fucking left the country. Excuse my French in the church. Do forgive me, God. Yes. Oh well. Oh, here's that Outlander series I was talking about. I don't really like, I mean, I've never had a television since, January 2015. And who's this chap? There's a kiddo. I've never had a television since January 2015. I don't miss it now. I've never watched any of these programmes, so I haven't a clue what they're on about. I don't miss it at all. It's a fantastic picture. Yes. What have we got here, Annie? Here's some information. Let me just kind of chat here for a second. Tibbermore Parish Church dates from 1632 when the Heritors, the local lairds, substantially rebuilt the structure on the medieval east-west alignment. A church dedicated to St Mary, I think I mentioned it, existed during the late Middle Ages. Well, here we go again. It's the earliest monument in the church is a large stone tablet set into the aisle wall, erected in 1631 by James Murray of Tibbermore to his family. These Murrays were everywhere, weren't they? So it came down from Murrayshire, and they set up homes here. And my grandfather and one of my aunties, they insisted that we were part of that bloodline. The family heritage was part of the Drummond Murrays on my mother's side, and I've no doubt that that's true. I have no doubt at all. But unfortunately, the family records don't go that far back because the bloody Jacobites burnt them in 1716. Let's sign the register, Eddie. Somebody else has been in here already. Oh, maybe she wasn't a curator, maybe she was a visitor. Oh yes, that's what they are. I thought she was a curator. She's a damn visitor. 19th or 11th, this is Charles I's birthday. 19th of November, 1600. What year are we? We're 23, aren't we, Annie? Of course, Charles I, he was born in Dunfermline. And I'm not giving my full address, but what I will do is I'll put my village of residence. And I shall leave a little note to say that I'm overjoyed. Well, she stole my line. Comments, I'll just put, she's taking up some of my lines there. I just put it here, Annie. Dear. She's taking up my line, Annie. Well, this is going to cause an OCD moment for you. What shall we do? I'll just put a little arrow down and just put overjoyed to be here. To be here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's very odd. I thought she was a curator because I didn't expect this kit to be open today. And fabulous sign, isn't it? Historic kirk open. And the chap is walking a couple of husky type dogs. I've not got a husky throat. It's husky type dogs, and I thought, what a bloody place to walk your dogs around the graveyard. And then I find out he had a car park holding easy, and I just find that's his partner, obviously, that's been in there. Now I'm saying, so well, what's what? So I've no one to chat to you about that now. She come from Surrey. In the stockbroker belt. I should have had a chat and say if she knows Marcus Jennings. He lives down that part of the world. My own broker. What have we got here, Eddie? It's not a bad day, you know. It's quite mild. I'm rather pleased to be outdoors today. I didn't come out yesterday. It was very wet, you know. I couldn't believe it. The Met Office didn't issue any silly coloured warnings or any, so I thought, what a relief. Well, it was thoroughly wet, but I was so pleased that you could have a wet day without any interference from the Met Office telling you stupid things. And, well, it's a very pleasant kirkyard, if you understand. It's not bad, you know, Annie. It's quite peaceful. And there I say, once again, there's the yew tree. It's quite incredible, isn't it? It really is. They're not planted. They sell seed in kirkyards and graveyards. It's a fabulous situation. Now, I don't think we should be filming all the people who've passed away, except maybe say to them, sorry to hear of your sad passing, and I hope life was as good for you guys as it's been for me. I think we'll take another picture of this, Annie. And I think what we'll do, since we're out here, we'll have a little look over here. This would be the battle site. When I was talking from Tullybarden on the 17th of November. But if you cast your eyes that way, it's not particularly good in this light, I'm afraid, but that's towards Buchanty Hill, or Murray's Hill behind Fowlis Wester, and then over to Buchanty Hill. This is the route towards the Sma Glen, but they would have come from everywhere. They would literally have come from everywhere. And the Marquis of Montrose, well, his lot came marching from Angus, because he had land all the way to Montrose, you see, hence the name. But so James Graham's mob all picked up troops en route, passing through Bertha. But all this land that you see would have been absolutely chocker, with people swinging swords and claymores and, hatchets over each other's heads, all in the name of religion, simply, and for the continuation of Charles I on the throne. It's a very important part of our whole historical makeup, and I'm pleased to say it happened in Strathern. Just around here. I think what we'll do, Annie, I think we'll get moving west again, and we might have a pause and look at the Pow. It's not a very good road. This is a rather dangerous road, the low road to Bertha. Of course, there's 3 roads to Bertha from the west. There's this one here. Now there's another one further up the hill, the A85. You might see the castle over there. Well, the road just falls just short of the castle, and then there's a road behind the castle, which goes right along through Logie End, and that was another route. But there's also a route that goes all the way to Fowlis Wester. That was the additional Crieff Bertha route. Went through Island Bank over this way. Okay, Annie. Let's make tracks, otherwise this will be a terribly long, terribly long video for the viewers. I don't know what's happened to the bell tower. There's no bell. Why don't they spend money on these places and start bringing them back to life? You know, I mean, they probably spend about £60,000 a year for somebody to put a sign outside every morning to say we're open. But don't actually do anything with the decorative side of the property, indoors or outdoors. Well, maybe they do, Andy. Maybe you're just jumping to conclusion because it's looking rather worn at the edges today. But I'm glad I came here as well. I certainly feel much better. In fact, let's go in and have a prayer, Andy. I think that would be a grand idea. I'll be full of stories from the congregation at MOE today when I tell them I've been visiting these kirks and yes. Okay, so I've had a little prayer in that back area, stoop down in a little. I mean, the wood carving is absolutely fantastic. I mean, these craftsmen of the day were absolutely brilliant in what they've done. Every single thing is so exact. None of this is machine work. This is all done by hand, and it's all identical, right round. They really are. I think what I'll do is I think I'll try and raise some funds for this church in any way I can. In fact, I think what I'll do is phone George Street in Edinburgh, the Church of Scotland headquarters, and say, what are you going to do about it? Oh wait, they won't do anything because it's been handed over to Historic Scotland for upkeep now. So I'm afraid the church won't be involved in any suggestions that I have. So what I will have to do is perhaps telephone Historic Scotland and see what are the intentions about the said decay of the interior. Let's go, Annie. Well, thanks for being with me here today at Tibbermore Church. And as I say, once upon a time the battle site round about for the Battle of Tibbermore on the 1st of September 1644. Okay, let's go, Andrew.